Hi everyone and welcome back to the Overtake GT. This is a 700 pp build for the stunning, infamous, amazing Shelby Cobra 427. This thing is packing a right punch, 627 brake horsepower, phenomenally quick and 10.7 seconds quarter mile. This thing is so fast and nimble and agile. It is one that you're not going to want to miss. Now, there's a few things to bear in mind at Le Mans. One is don't overdrive the car, and two, it gets you a great miles per gallon return. It is really good. So if you want to stick around and get a car that's going to be that good for you, then let's get into it. Let's get your Cobra, follow me to the tuning shop, and let's get this absolutely amazing, iconic American powerhouse to the tuning shop. Let's go. So now we're at the tuning shop. There's a few things you're going to need to get to make this thing, like I say, an iconic powerhouse that it is, even better. So let's get some stuff that we need to make this 8-cylinder monster ready for the track, especially at Le Mans and the money grind. Here we go. So under sports, you don't need anything from here. Club sports, you just want to get a power restrictor and a ballast. Under semi-racing, you need to get a fully customizable computer, a semi-racing silencer, a fully customizable LSD, fully customizable manual transmission, and increase the body rigidity. Under racing, you want to get a supercharger, the high-end torque, racing air filter, racing exhaust manifold, racing brake pads, and a racing brake kit. It doesn't matter whether it's slotted or drilled. I went for the drilled ones on this one. Brake balance controller, fully customizable suspension, racing clutch and flywheel, and a set of racing medium tyres. Under extreme, you want to get a set of intermediates. If you go to Le Mans, always be ready for the curveball of rain. And under ultimate, there's nothing you need to get from there. So far so good, and it is a simple build that gives you maximum output. Now, so here we are at GT Auto. So the first thing we need to do here is go to car maintenance and service, and on the right hand side you'll see it says wide body. Get that installed. Now once that's installed, you'll see the stats of this car look even meaner and better than before, as if that was possible. Well, it is. Look at it, look at that car, just wow. So now we've done that, let's go back and we want to go to car customization, and you can see with the wheels I've got on this car, we need to get those in check first. So first thing is wheels. I've gone for BBS wheels on this one, and straight across to those, what we've noticed is 17-inch wheels, rim width wide, offset wide, and get those installed. Now you've done that, what you want to do is go to custom parts, and at the front, type B. No one wants type A because it looks ugly like that, so get type B. The rear, same again, type B, and you know what, for the same reason. Look, who wants that? What a joke. Type B it is. And the wing, a custom wing set, and you can choose between low, medium or high. It doesn't make a difference, just pick one of those, pick your end plate and get it installed. So now you've done that, go to racing items. You can do your bonnet pin and tow hook. Other, you can do a light bulb, number plate and caliper colour as well. And if like me, you want to make your own livery, then there you go, click on livery editor, you can do that there. Or you can click on load style and you can pick one someone else has made and enjoy something that their efforts and time has gone into. So now we've done that, let's get straight over to that tuning sheet at the garage. Let's get this thing dialed in and let's get you making some quick money at Le Mans. Let's go. So here we are back at the garage, and you can see 700 pp, 627 brake horsepower. This thing's got a 44/56 weight balance, and it is absolutely brilliant. It is one car I'm glad I've made, and it is one that I really appreciate because that raw American power comes through while you're driving this car, especially at Le Mans on a money grind. Trust me, it is a brilliant car to have there. Now, racing medium tyres are the tyres of the day on this one. Body height adjustment is 130 at the front and 140 at the rear. Your anti-roll bars 8 at the front and 10 at the rear. Your damping ratio compression is 25 front and rear, and the expansion's 50 front and rear. Now the natural frequency is 2.9 at the front and 3 at the rear, and negative camber angles 3 front and rear. Now toe angle, I've gone for a toe out of 0.05 at the front and a toe in of 0.25 at the rear. Just gives the car that extra stability, and this thing won't let you down. As long as you're driving it the way I explain at the end of this little bit, you'll know what to do. Right, let's get down to the initial torque, which is 10. Acceleration sensitivity is 20 and braking sensitivity is 60. Now if you're struggling to put the power down and the car keeps spinning out, drop that to 15, drop that to 5, and that will help you massively, just while you get used to the car. Once you're used to the car and the way it is, up these again. Trust me, that is a great way to get used to this car and its characteristics. Moving on, aerodynamics, the rear 200, ECU, drop that to 96%. Your performance adjustment is 99 kilos at ballast position and 49, and leave your power restrictor alone, it stays at 100%. Transmission, you need to change the automatic adjusted top speed to 400 km/h, and we want to make these changes. First gear 1.984, second gear 1.463, third gear 1.174, fourth gear 0.952, and fifth gear 0.790. It's a final drive of 3.269, and that is 6,700 RPM of pure American muscle going through those rear wheels. Now here is everything else you need to have installed on that car, and you can see we've not done anything to the engine, so the fact this thing performs and wins is a feat in itself. Now here is a quick track guide to Le Mans, what I experienced, what I went through, and it will help you no end, I am sure. So stick there, go through this guide and get used to what I experienced on the run out in this car at Le Mans. Okay, fuel map on 6, here we are, we're at Le Mans, and it's time to test out the Cobra and show you what it's fully made of. Plenty's been done to this car. All you just want to make sure is through the first few corners you're getting used to the power, because this thing is a big old brute. Come on, push that Audi. You need to make sure that when you're driving it, you're remembering that it's rear wheel drive, it's over 600 horsepower. This thing's gonna let you know if you mess up. That's for certain. And then once you're on the Multan straight, watch this. Watch how fast it just gains speed. Look at that, 150, 160. Change gear, 170, 180. Come on, get to 180, there it is. 183, hard on the brakes. Look at that, he's still at the apex. Absolutely spot on. And one more thing to say, just while we're on this first lap. This isn't like these cars, where they've got everything on them, you can just turn and throw it in and it's all okay. This has had body rigidity improved and it's had a few subtle changes. So this is a real driving car. This is one you need to have your wits about you with driving. It's not turn it in, hit the throttle and then it'll stick. You've really got to do a lot of the work. As you can see, I'm trying not to get hit by Portia. He's all over the place. Slowed us right down then. I mean, if he's struggling to drive that, he'd struggle to drive this. So just coming over the line now to start lap 3, you can see the weather radar starting to kick in, bit of rain, racing mediums are doing fine, McEwen's coming to pit, and that is a lot going on, and we've just hit the first corner. So this car is performing pretty well. You know, it's got to be a bit mindful on a few little sections like this one, But on the straights, obviously, being all that American muscle, it just powers away from everyone and everything. So we've got Blazan behind us, and what we'll do is we'll make little work of him as well, and we'll just crack on to the end of this lap when we come into pit, and we'll see how bad this weather coming over is when we get there. Okay, so just getting into the pits, you can see we're about 45 seconds now for this pit stop. So racing mediums, get them on. Run out of fuel, well, 3% of fuel. So we'll come to the end of that fuel cycle, and we're going to get another 3 laps. So I'm going to chuck mediums on because the weather doesn't look to be too bad coming over. It looked okay. So I'm going to go straight in and dart for the mediums now. If anything does change, obviously, 1, I'm going to look very silly, and 2, there's not a lot I can do about it. So hopefully it's a little light sprinkling of rain now, and then normally when it does this again, it means it's going to, later on, it's going to do another downpour. So we'll see how we get on, because it's not raining in the pit lane. It seems to have been a good call so far. Get in, 3 stop. 3 laps of fuel, sorry. Good pit stop. And look at that, we come out for Mangano. Oh, there he is. I didn't even know where he was. He's gone wide, and that's it. Look at that, straight back into the lead. Right, so that served us pretty well. It's not too bad at all. So what we need to do now is just push on, keep an eye on that weather radar. We know we've got 3 laps of fuel in us. And then we can just go from there. It'd be a nice easy one again. So the clouds are definitely coming in now. But is it going to be a little bit of rain, or is it going to get torrential? Do we go for going round again? What do you think? What would you do? Right, decision time. So there you have it. I stayed out. I'm on the Mulsanne straight. The weather is well and truly going away, and the skies are getting blue once again. You can see that lead's increased, and the next driver down's changed, and that was because the queuing came in. So we need to now push on, because we're going to pit at the end of this lap. So here we go. We're coming to the end of the Mulsanne straight, and what you can see is McEwen is only 6 seconds behind. Now the reason for that is because just before my pit stop at the end of the last lap, I made a mistake on the Porsche curves and ended up in the gravel. And unfortunately, when that happens, you lose an absolute shed load of time. So that's what I get for sneezing. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could do. It's one of those. And I'm not one of these people that's going to refilm every single thing for you to see, because it's one of those things. It's part of racing. Mistakes happen, and it is what it is. So there you have it, another win. Cobra 427 from 66, a fantastic car. Now this thing does 3 laps, fuel map 6. It is reliable. It does need a lot of driver input, but don't overdrive the car. So it means don't have your steering angle very hard like that, and then put your foot down, because it's not going to end well. You're just going to spin around. A couple of times I made a couple of simple mistakes. One was from sneezing, Porsche curves, just before I pitted. What was that, lap 6? So I sneezed, I ended up in the gravel, I lost a shed load of time there. And then before that I did the same thing again. So unfortunately these things happen. I'm not going to re-record everything to make it all look nice and pretty. You're just going to get it how it is, because there's no point doing that. I want you to see an honest car, driven the way you drive it. There's no point hiding behind anything, because that's not me. So a 4:14, you probably could go a bit quicker, but I didn't really want to push the car too much, especially with sneezing a couple of times. I think it must be the change in the weather. Not sure if I've got a touch of hay fever or not, but I get that checked, see if I've got a Piriton or something. But yeah, 31 minute 40, not too bad at all. Fantastic car, like I say, and just don't overdrive it. It's as simple as that. Right, now, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Share these videos to anyone that you know that likes these kinds of things. If you like American muscle, this is definitely one for you. 700 pp, again, it's another build for you, and it's another solid performer that you can add to your garage and use whenever you feel like having a bit of a change. So thankfully this time the Gran Turismo gods were on my side and we had a nice dry race, but sometimes the heavens open, so make sure you've got your blinkers on. Okay, all that said and done, you have a fantastic time and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.